Come with me, and we'll meet a vaquero, a soldado de guerra, and the descendants of the first girl to be married in California, and some of the nicest people you could ever meet, all at Mission San Antonio de Padua Mission Days. I'm on my way to Mission San Antonio de Padua. Mission San Antonio de Padua is about 4 hours drive north of Los Angeles in Monterey County. It is on a military base called Fort Hunter Liggett, which used to be part of the William Randolph Hearst estate. It's about 35 miles inland from the coast and about 50 miles from Paso Robles, so it's in the middle of nowhere. But don't worry, we still found our way to the remote mission. Because this mission is on this military base, it is in the most pristine location of all the missions in the California mission system because it has been protected from urban sprawl. One of the things that makes this mission so special is that it is in a setting that is the same as it was 200 years ago. Besides the vast military base that it is on, the mission itself has 86 acres of its own land. And on this property are the archaeological ruins of this vibrant community. Mission San Antonio is the third mission to be founded in Alta California. In the summer of 1771, Father Junipero Serra set out from Carmel with 2 padres, some sailors, and neophytes to found the mission. The mission was founded on July 14, 1771, approximately 2.5 miles from its current site. It had fertile soil and was close to a river. Father Serra was so anxious to begin this mission that he hung a mission bell from an oak tree as soon as they arrived to attract the Indians to the church. Because of droughts in the summer, irrigation works were important from the earliest years. A reliable source of water was necessary for the mission's success. Fray Sitar developed a complex system of reservoirs and aqueducts to supply water for the mission. San Antonio was the first mission to develop such a system. This system became the most elaborate irrigation system of all the missions. The water was used to water crops, to turn a water wheel, and to run the gristmill. There were pools for laundry and bathing, and a fountain was later added to the mission. The economy at Mission San Antonio de Padua was similar to the other missions in that they planted crops of wheat and corn. They also planted vineyards and raised cattle and sheep. The agriculture was needed not only to maintain the mission community and the nearby Indians, but was used for trade and served visitors to the mission. Some of the shops at the missions were a weavery, a room for carding and spinning wool, a tannery for treating leather, a carpenter shop, a stable, and a harness shop. Some women worked at weaving and made fine blankets and cloth out of cotton, wool, and flax, while the others made candles. Everyone was involved in the seemingly never-ending task of making adobe bricks and red tiles, and building the mission. Outlying ranchos were built, and the existing buildings were improved. It was a successful self-sustaining enterprise. The Secularization Act of 1834 put an end to the mission era, and the mission's population fell into decline. By 1841, there was only one priest at the mission, and the buildings became ruins. In 1903, the Landmarks Club of California began restoration of the mission, but the earthquake of 1906 destroyed most of those improvements. In 1948, the mission received a restoration grant from the Hearst Foundation, and the mission was restored to its 1813 condition. The mission was used as a Franciscan seminary from 1948 to 2005. In 2005, the Franciscan friars turned the running of the mission back over to the Diocese of Monterey. This is the Mission San Antonio de Padua Church. It was started in 1810 and was done in 1813. Before we go into the church, let's take a look at the facade for a moment. Note the three bells. The center bell is original to the mission. It was cast for this mission and is the first mission bell cast in California. The facade was completed in 1821 and gives the mission a unique look. No other missions have this facade. This may be because the founding padres were from Majorca, and this type of facade is common for churches there. The first marriage in California took place at this mission between Juan Maria Ruiz of El Fuerte, Sonora, Mexico, 25 years of age, and Margarita de Cortona, 22, a Salinan woman of Mission San Antonio, on the 16th of May in the year of our Lord 1773. Now let's take a look inside the church. Now that we are inside the church, let me show you what's inside. Here's the pulpit where priests stand back in the olden days, so they all are heard. This raised pulpit is where the padres gave the readings and the sermons. The pulpit was not only raised to give visibility to the priest, but was designed to focus the sounds for the congregation. This is the third and final church built at the mission. It is known as the Great Church. It remains the most important building in the mission. The paintings on the wall were used to teach the Indians about Christianity. These paintings representing the Stations of the Cross are from the mission era. However, they are not original to the San Antonio de Padua. The quality of the sound in the Church of San Antonio de Padua is really special. It is possible to stand at the front of the church and be heard clearly by someone at the back of the church. The altar complex is a series of 3 altars. The center altar is the focus of attention, and the flanking side altars are used for various ceremonies. All of the statues on the altar are original. San Antonio de Padua, the center figure, is the patron saint of the poor. He is called upon when trying to find lost objects. The winged figure is Archangel Michael. In the olden days, there were no pews in the church, and the Indians needed to stand or sit on the floor in the church. The mission is built in the shape of a rectangle surrounding a central courtyard. This is called the Mission Quadrangle. This design provided protection from Indian attack and kept the community closer together. Right now you are looking at the Mission San Antonio de Padua's courtyard. I am standing in the trench which was used to water the courtyard. Listen. The music that you are hearing was written by Fray Juan Bautista Sancho, who was a pastor of this mission from 1804 through 1830. Later we'll talk to the conductor of this orchestra. This is the well and the grapevine. This is the only original part of this courtyard. Come on, let me show you the inside of my room. This wing were the workshops. And as we come closer to my room, you'll see a crucifix. This wing, it was the granary until 1948 when it got converted to a seminary for the Franciscan monks until 2005. And this is my room. Ta-da! It sure looks like it was from the olden days, and it sure feels like it was too. Now, let's start the rockin' fun here at Mission Days. Play any music from like the olden days?
Yes, the program you just heard, most of it is from the olden days. I direct this orchestra, Mission Orchestra, called the New World Baroque Orchestra, and we play music from the mission times.
What do you do as a soldier?
The soldiers were supposed to go out on explorations and patrol the area to protect the mission buildings, to protect the mission padres, and to protect mission property like livestock, crops. They're pretty much kind of guards here. There weren't that many soldiers per each mission. There were only about 5 or 6. And they were pretty much outnumbered compared to the Indian population of 1,000.
How often do you come by?
Regularly, because I'm a vaquero and a haciendado, and we help with the mission herd. We're getting a few months, we'll have the matanza, we'll be slaughtering for hides. You come get some meat is free. We take the hides, and hides just like I traded for this fine coat on the supercargo out at Monterey.
And who did you trade it with?
A British sea captain by the name of Cooper. I live in a ranch that's near the mission, and I dedicate some of my time to the Padres, to the church.
I'm an owner operator because that works better than working for Bear Stearns or somebody like that, because my crew is more apt to stay with me. See, if you come to California and you've thrown all your dishes and stuff away, getting here and stuff, the first thing the ladies get you, I want my dishes back, I want my sewing stuff back, and I want some fancy cloth. So this here we just kind of like lay around. There you go. You're going to go to church and that. Oh, yeah. And all the other people are going to go, whoa, look what she's got. And then they're going to go tell their husband, if there ain't someone on that ship for me next time, you smell the chickens. But you had to order sometimes 2 years in advance because that ship may not be back for 2 years.
She wanted to be baptized right then. She was a Selenan.
Okay. And she wanted to be baptized when she was 100?
Yeah. If she's in the records, in 1773 she was baptized at 100 years old. With my great-grandchildren, back to Agata Maria, the 100-year-old one, and 14 documented generations. Well, we're still here, and we don't look the same, dress the same, speak the same. This is our heart.
Has this job ever become tiring?
Yes, I work about 7 days a week. Being one of the only missions that has private retreats, somebody has to be here for every private retreat so that people can come in at different hours. And
What's your favorite part about this job?
I would say probably meeting the people from all over the world. We do have people come from all over the world. And my other favorite part is probably being able to talk to the 4th grade kids that come here on tour, and being here for the military, because they're going from here to directly into deployment to war.
Whoa! I just saw a coyote. I saw vultures. Whoa! What type of bird is that looking? And a heron. Oh my gosh! Look at that bird. I see this big bird with this long, skinny beak. The parish of San Antonio de Padua is very small. It consists of 35 dedicated families who preserve this mission for visitors to explore and learn the history of early Spanish California, to provide a spiritual retreat, to provide ministry to the soldiers on the bases, and as a center to celebrate the contributions of the Selenan Indians.
The one 4th grade out. Yep. Right next to their room.
Mission work is never done.
Still cold.
Pork.
Oh.
What's the light? Now you can get a nice picture.
Yes. Okay. Let's see if I can do it like this.
Beauty, nature, wildlife, water, above me, below me, surrounding me, everywhere.